It's time to shoot some hoops. Get ready for the thrill. NBA SA is on. Let's see who got the skill. From dunks to three-pointers, we got it all for you. Tune in and join the action. There's nothing else to do. NBA SA, NBA SA, Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
We go live in 3, 2.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the NBA SA show. It is season 5. We made it to 5 seasons. Gentlemen, Cook, how are you, bro?
I'm well. You know, the NBA has given us new life. I struggle to sleep. I'm up at 3 in the morning. Put on a game. I mean,
all the time.
What's work? Yeah, what's work?
Tell me, you got rid of your superstar. Now you got rid of your coach. I mean, your general manager. How are you feeling, bro?
For all of my employers out there, the shares of Kirk, the views of Kirk are not shared by the rest of us. Works good. You know, there's nothing more demoralizing, than sacrificing, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then watching your team constantly fumble the bag in the front office, in the coaching, in the injuries, on the court, just laying eggs. They may as well be the Easter rabbits.
For those of you who don't know who Tim is talking about, he's talking about the Dallas Mavericks, who are at the bottom of the pile in the West. Quickly, nobody really cares about the Mavs anymore, Tim. But give us a little scenario as to what's happening with the Mavs.
Worst case scenario, that is what's happening with the Mavs. Actually, you know what? You know what?
That's what's happening. Nothing.
A large part of the NBA is based on superstars, right? Superstars, and because you only have 5 people on the court, and you can play a superstar for extended periods of time, you can win championships like that. That's unlike any other sport. At the same time, if you're going to pay your superstars because it's a salary cap, right, you've got to be able to spread your best players you're going to pay an obscene amount for, and then the players you're going to pay the least amount for. And then there's some clubs that almost like a middle road. They don't get the extreme salaries up on top, and they get a bunch of experienced vets that maybe cost more than the minimum, right? And if you play if you play guys that just aren't bad, right, you should win a lot. And so even when Kyrie got injured and AD was injured, I held on with my dear little heart because they've actually got a good squad. They legitimately have a lot of dudes who can play. Yeah,
a big team.
And they've got a big team and a lot of dudes who can legitimately play. I like 99% of all of the players on that roster. Yeah. Do you know what I haven't been a fan of over the years? The coach. The coach. As a player, loved him. As a coach, he does random stuff. And you can take a roster of very good players and apparently completely ruin a season. So they could get rid of Nico, fine, whatever, right? That's not going to solve the season or next season or Cooper Flag's career.
At least your national anthem has improved. Moving on. Flag, when they shout flag.
Tell us how you really feel, Tim.
Kirk, as our resident Golden State enthusiast,
Golden State.
maybe not the best start, but almost typical of Golden State to start this way, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? I mean, Steph is doing Steph things. Can they continue, bruh?
They're gonna be 8, 7, 6, 7, 8 seed. Sneak in through the play-in, maybe win the first round, get knocked out in the second round. They are done. They're entertaining. They're good for the odd game to watch where Steph goes off and has a good game. But there was an interesting thing there. There was some unrest in the ranks, and they came out and put people on the spot. I think people were playing for all the new guys. Some of them were playing for contracts. Some of them had agendas and stuff, and they came out and put them on their place. But look, a team of those three plus old timer from Celtics, they're not going to get out of the West, man. Come on. They're not going to get out of the West.
Let's keep to the West. Let's keep to the West because the East almost feels like it's a stepbrother of the NBA at the moment. Just for the type of basketball that is played in the West. You disagree? Besides
I
Detroit.
disagree. Yeah, I disagree.
Who do you want to jump to the East? Who is that good that's going to beat the top four Western Conference teams?
They're not going to beat anybody in the West, but they aren't terrible. I mean, there are some good teams.
And plus, you don't have to beat anybody in the West to get to the finals. In fact,
yeah,
you can't.
True. So who's your money on, Kirk, in the East then?
Look, Detroit is looking freaking good. Cavs are still the Cavs.
Knicks. Guys, the Knicks are mean.
Yeah.
They're mean and they built for playoffs. And they've taken their scars. Right?
Yeah. It feels like it's their time, man. It feels like they've taken their licking.
Yeah. They don't have to have a brilliant season, right? They must do well. They must finish in the first top two seeds. And if you were under the top two teams in the East, you could actually potentially have the best record, right? Okay, never mind. The Thunder's still around. They're not going to finish with the best record. So you're going to.
But the Thunder are not going to make the final. So you just need to be better than the second best team in the West.
but like, would any of us be surprised if they got into the finals? I don't think anybody would.
No.
They're tough. They've got a great offense. They play tough defense. It's solid.
It feels like even though Detroit is playing great, Detroit is reminding me of like the Utah Jazz when Donovan Mitchell was playing there. They just feel like they're going to give us a great regular season, and then a team like the Knicks or the Bucks is going to beat them.
It's like Donovan Mitchell at the Cavs.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't believe in the Detroit the thing yet. It just feels like a start of the season. Everybody else trying to figure it out, but who knows? Who knows? By far, the Knicks look like the best team thus far to progress. Even though their stats show that they're second. If I was to put money down right now, I'd absolutely pick the Knicks or the Cavs over the Detroit. Tell me?
The Hawks, sir.
Nah, man.
The Hawks are real. The Hawks are 9-5 right now, right? And they've played without Trey. They've played without their best player. What other team does that? Right? How many teams can do that? They are developing
That's the type of team, Tim. That's the type of team. As soon as Trey comes back, the whole team changes.
They're actually playing better without Trey.
But I genuinely think that, and sometimes that's problematic, right? But he's actually like he's not a ball stopper, right? He throws the ball around. He's got two issues. One, he's small, and so his defense isn't great. But dude puts in effort and he gets a couple of steals, and so he's not as bad as what I think a lot of commentators say, right? He'll get posted up. That's the one thing. And then the second thing is he's always been criticized that once he doesn't have the ball, he doesn't move around a hell of a lot. But actually the offense doesn't require that any longer. And they've got a lot of other players around it. And so those weaknesses of the past that were really problematic for the Hawks don't exist anymore. And like if you watch them on the court, they seem to enjoy him, and the fans seem to enjoy him. The highlights that he makes 4 others half the time,
sure.
right? And so I think that what happens is you have a player that is particularly dominant, right? When he goes away and other people step up, when he comes back, then actually they remain elevated. It happened with Luka, actually. Luka got injured, the players started playing well, he came back and actually everything went well. right?
Yeah.
And I'm not convinced that
But they weren't playing better without Luka. They got better without Luka.
they got better without Luka. Yes, yeah. But if Jalen Johnson remains, and he's playing amazing ball, and the others just stay where they are, and he makes it just a little bit easier, I think that they are very likely to finish third, in my opinion. And even if they finish fourth, would any of you guys bet like he is cold-blooded? Like he will go into any other opponent's place and he could make a couple of big shots. He's at least tried and tested that way. And so in my mind, I would be unsurprised if they made it to the finals either.
I'd be very surprised. Very,
I
very.
would be very surprised.
Yeah. And I mean, it reminds me of.
There's beer loading here somewhere.
It reminds me of the comment in one of our groups where they said, "Are the Lakers playing better without Luka and LeBron?" I think you can't make that statement because
I think it was only aimed at LeBron. It was only aimed at LeBron. Don't pull
Yeah. But I mean, the sport that we play, basketball as a game, the most important player makes too much of a difference for you to say they're better. I think it's too hard.
Depends on who that most important player is.
Yeah, I mean, I know. But like a player like Trey, who's going to be so ball heavy, changes the whole game. You add Luka, you add LeBron, you add any of these big time players. I think it's hard, man. It's a different team. It's a different team, a different game, different plays, different alles. Yeah. And it's just hard. Are we done with the East? Kirk, who's your team in the East? He's got the Hawks. Shane, he's losing Bira hard and fast there.
Yo, first of all, I said the Knicks. And then you said there's nobody else. And I was like, actually, I like the Hawks.
Yeah.
They took my heart a couple of years ago.
Who is your pick and who do you like in the East?
I like Detroit. But I'll probably pick New York. And I'll throw in elected dark horse of Philly.
Yeah. Yeah.
My pick is
PG comes back tonight. We'll see how they develop with PG and Embiid playing 38 games for the season.
He's gonna play 65, but he's only gonna play 13 minutes a game. It's kind of been working for them though. He's playing minutes.
Yeah, but that team on paper, that Philly team on paper looks great, eh? They look great.
I mean, freaking Maxi is unreal, bro.
And the rookie, man, Edgecombe is proper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, so, if I mean, PG, he's a great team player. I mean, he's a great
Fisher
glue guy in your team. Yeah.
Makes him all fishy.
And if he can do PG things, not the pandemic P, but playoff P. I mean, he's got nice experience. They've got a nice range of players. I think they could be a dark horse for a nice conference final. Might not make it through the finals, but a nice conference finals, conference semifinals.
100%. Absolutely.
Okay. Quick picks. After 10 games, who's your number one pick for the East to win it if you pick now? I'll go first, Cleveland. Just because I feel like they've got the edge of New York. And if it would come down to me picking one, I pick Cleveland.
Finishing first after the league or getting to the finals? Because that'll be two different things. I'll pick two different teams if you had to ask me that. Finishing first.
Okay, fair. I'd say I don't care if the Cavs end in the top 4. The Cavs go through to the NBA Finals.
Nah, I'm gonna go Knicks. Knicks are going to finals. I wouldn't bet against it.
You standing by Cade?
I'll pick Detroit. Fuck it.
But you must mean it. You mustn't just say something different. Do you mean it? Do you really think they could win? They could win the East.
They could.
Keep
I mean, Orlando good.
I'm very disappointed in their record right now.
It's terrible. They had such potential. They were
It's
shaping up into such a nice team.
100%. And I had Powder. I even picked Powder on my fantasy team.
But they moved one or two, ne?
They moved one or two.
They moved one or two pieces. They lost one or two pieces.
No, who did they
Sort
lose?
of.
You mean to injury?
No,
Dude,
didn't they
they've
send
got
Cole away?
Paolo, France, and Suggs, right? That's the core. And then they brought Bain in, right, as the guy who was meant to space, and they
Oh,
sent
right.
the
Yeah.
Kentavious Caldwell Pope away, right? But
Yeah.
because he hasn't hit a three since I've hit a three. Yeah, it's been a while. Got my mid-range going on.
He's wearing earphones. Shoot the lights out. Bah!
Lights and sound.
No,
AV,
yeah.
pal. It's AV.
Okay, let's move on. But Kirk, final. You're gonna go with Detroit.
New York, New York, New York, New York.
Yeah, I
I
thought
got
so.
my money on New York.
I thought so.
Mhm.
The Western Conference, boys. Let's start right at the top. Kirk, you were quite verbal about it's OKC season, and we're just trying to count how many games they lose. I can't disagree with that.
I did not say
OKC,
that. I
you
did not
did.
say that. I did not say that.
Okay, let me finish.
I love Lamb.
I've watched maybe 4 or 5 games of OKC play, and they are a very dangerous team to play against. They pressure the ball. They put you under so much pressure. You have no time. And it just feels like they're playing with such flow in their offense that it's just difficult and dangerous. They got 2 massive big men who are catching everything. How do you beat them? How do we beat them?
I would just like to
Simple.
say that you said many, many, many good things about the Thunder, about the way that they win, and you managed to not say anything about the free throws.
Yeah, but Shay's getting to the line 15 times in a half.
Yeah, that helps you win games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's the skill of the game, man.
it
That's the
is
skill of the
it's
game.
100%.
If I can do with my body to get you to get off your feet, I win. That's the rules.
Absolutely, but that does mean that I watch less Thunder ball. Yeah. One like
Uh,
watching a game in which it's almost inevitable in which you know the result, right? And then actually you don't even particularly like the style of it. I was like, oh, I'm already waking up at
And
three
yet he
o'clock
watches
to watch
Dallas every
to watch
night.
Carnage. Exactly. I'm already watching Carnage. Then, just by the way, on a
yeah.
side note, do you know what has been
This is
awesome?
why you watch a team win.
Wait, if
Yeah.
this is winning, I don't want any of.
I don't have time for success. I don't have time to follow winners. I'm about that losing streak.
Yesterday, Leto was playing one-on-one with Tanner, my son,
Uh,
a grown man who hasn't played in years, and his mantra
Yeah.
was, "It's not if I score, it's me looking good." Yeah.
I mean, but that's been late to all his life.
yeah.
Side note, can we go sideways? One thing I've loved about the league this year, especially in the first 13 games for all the teams, is how many close games there are. Like this morning. This morning, I watched a game and it was in overtime. And then as that game was finishing, I switched to the next one and it was in the fourth quarter. It went to overtime. And then there was another game and it was in the fourth quarter, like 2
Nah.
minutes left, and the game was like 3 points. Right? It's close game after close game after close game, and I love that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I will take that over the 15-point
Yeah.
differential and 15 points, all of it from the free throw line.
Mm.
I'll stand by that. No disrespect.
Yeah. Look, do we stop OKC this season? Do they win it? Is that who's standing in their way?
Yes.
I agree.
Damn, Jokic is gevaarlijk.
They've gotten their depth back. They've upgraded my favorite player in their team. They forced him.
Michael
And they
Porter
got
Jr.
yes, sir.
Uh,
And Mari's looking like a new person.
And
mm.
Cam
Um,
Johnson hasn't even started playing to his potential yet. Like he's still
yeah,
figuring things out. Like he's only gonna get
yeah,
better.
yeah. I reckon Denver makes the conference finals in the West. No
Mm.
doubt about
I
it.
won't. I won't be surprised, bro. I won't be surprised. I always refer back to Jose Mourinho talking about championship. What does he call it? Championship. Not. Let me forget it. But when you've won before, there's something that as a club, as a community, when you've won before, it sticks with you, and knowing how to win.
Yeah,
And Murray and Jokic, they just play like two Owens. They don't have anything to prove. They just really want to win a basketball match every single night. It's great to watch. They are super entertaining. And Murray's on fire, bro. Murray's on
yeah,
fire. How do you see them beating OKC though?
By
the
scoring more
Joker.
points.
Yeah, basically
No,
by
but I
wi-
mean it. I mean it. Because like
by winning 4 of
OKC,
the games in their 7-game series.
yeah. Because OKC at full strength, man. They are young and they look like pit bulls, bruh. And I don't know if I must pick Jokic to beat him in 4 games. I don't know if I can do that.
Maybe actually, I'm gonna add on a couple of things here. The one thing that the Thunder don't have a lot of is size. So, and Hartenstein's played super well, and Chet has played well because Chet plays off of Hartenstein, and then he flies around in the back and he goes and changes shots, and then those shots are really difficult because, like you said, they've got the pit bulls on the outside, right? Murray traditionally also hasn't been amazing at dealing with that sort of pressure, right? But when he is on, and you can run sets to relieve pressure off that.
Yeah,
One, two, if you put a lot of pressure on the outside, and so your perimeter defense can be amazing. Yeah, but then you kind of leave yourself exposed. And Hartenstein, as good as he's been, he cannot guard the Joker, right? And even
or
if
Valanciunas for that matter.
or Valanciunas, yeah, these are big bruisers. These dudes are
Yeah,
big and mean, right? And if Chet comes flying around, there's a real problem there because Aaron Gordon is then always going to be around the rim, right? And the fact that he can shoot spreads Chet out as well. So they've got real pieces which the Thunder
yeah,
will struggle with
we'll
on
struggle with. Yeah,
defense, right? And I think that's an important piece. And then on the flip side, as much as the Thunder have lots of dudes, yeah, their focal point and their offense is run through and facilitated through one. And listen, in fairness to them, Williams hasn't been back yet. And he can create a little bit of offense, but also he's kind of
Yeah.
small in comparison to Thunder guys. And Gordon is big and a great defender and muscles them out, does all the things that they don't like on the other side. And so, look, they went to 7 games last year. Yeah,
yeah.
Thunder have remained good, right? The Nuggets are better. But either way, it's going to be fantastic when they face each other in the playoffs again. But I'm with Kirk. I'd give it to the Nuggets, even if it's just because I want them to win.
Moving
I
along,
want to.
the Rockets. Kevin Durant and his new home at the Houston Rockets joins Fred VanVleet. Shengun joins Amen Thompson. Where are they now? Third best in the West.
I love how you
Is
said
this
three
a
different
fluke?
names and you managed to butcher every one of them.
Is it? What does I said? Fred VanVleet. Fred
You
Van
said
Vliet.
Fred and something.
Kevin
Bam.
Durant, Shengun. Is this a fluke, Kirk? Is this a fluke? Is this gonna be a dud? Is this a real thing? They seem to be defense heavy.
Yes, they've got a nice. They also big. They've got tall
Yeah.
guards. They've got tall, tough perimeter players. They've got bruises inside. And I don't know when people are going to realize that all Sengun does is spin, dribble one way, spin the other way. Like, how fuck can you not figure it out?
Yeah.
But
But
no, they
Pascal
legit,
Siakam,
and I mean,
Pascal won a whole championship like that, right?
yeah, true.
Right dribble twice, spin, all star.
And what's the coach's name?
Ime.
Nia Long.
Ime
Yeah,
Udoka.
I mean, he's proper. I enjoy.
At least Nia Long is better than somebody else's wife. That's a much better
Hey,
reference. Much
hey,
better
hey,
reference.
yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy his style. I enjoy him as a coach. Um, I say probably conference semifinals.
At least.
Mm.
They
Yeah,
mean, man. They mean, and
yeah,
if you play defense and it's a 2 point game at the end, like having KD on your side is real,
uh,
right? That stat
to
was an interesting one because
get out of jail free card.
yeah, because
Yeah.
all their players were 6'10" except for Thompson who was 6'7", and in the way he jumps, he may as well be 6'10". Right?
Yeah,
That was his starting lineup. That is
yes, that's
monstrous.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
But,
monstrous,
but,
monstrous.
but I mean, we feel quite strongly about OKC and the
Denver.
Denver Nuggets. Do we not rate them as a Western Conference Finals team, or are we giving them Western Conference semifinals only?
All you need is one injury, and even and
But
potentially
that's
not
for
even.
every team.
But my point is not
They've already got one injury.
complete. But on the other
Mm.
team, so if
Oh,
if
yeah,
Joker goes down or if Murray goes down, like
yeah.
that's it.
But
This
that's the thing with OKC. If SGA goes down, they don't just fall flat. They got a
Right.
lot of Owens. They have
the,
a lot of
yeah,
Owens.
that's what I
They'll
said with the
struggle.
Mavs. That's what I said with the Mavs, right? Okay, let's calm down. If Shea goes
They
down,
will
they done.
they will struggle with that. If anybody else goes down, they're okay. But if Shea goes
Yes,
down,
exactly that.
they got problems.
He is the key. He is the
Yeah.
key there.
Yeah,
And the reality is that that Rockets team, for all the same reasons that we mentioned why the Nuggets could take a scalp, they could do the same thing. And they mean, and they won't back down to anybody. They're proper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Say
wrap it up, gents.
say a
I
quiet
want to
word for the
finish.
Spurs, please. Say a quiet word for the Spurs.
Yes. No. That's what I want to wrap it up with.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about the Lakers. I think that we hear enough about the Lakers. But the Spurs, for me, started 5-0. They were great. They are now 9-4.
hmm.
Um, what a team for the future. What a team for the future.
Not
What a
not
player
the
for
too
the
distant
future.
future
Yeah.
either.
What a team for the now.
For the now
Yes.
now.
His ability to. You can't be that tall, man.
Maybe, bro.
Yo. That tip dunk over Draymond Green the other night. He hardly jumped. And it actually, when the ball was out, you could actually see on the side of his face, he was like, nah, I know what I'm gonna do now. I know. And he turns his body and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna jump and catch. I know nobody can catch it.
Brother,
What a
No man.
the
No
tip
man.
dunks for me,
That
the tip dunks for me are that's just tall, right? It's when you block a shot on the other side, right? Then you get the rebound, then you bring the ball up the court, then you come down the side, between the legs, hazy, step back three.
step back, step back.
Yes, that's Onura. Like that's
No, that
childish.
dunk where he was on the perimeter and he drove strong side and he dunked it on the reverse side.
ah,
But
yeah. With the
he dunked
foul.
it. He dunked it, but by the time the ball went through the hoop, his feet were on the ground already. He was so close to the ground.
Yeah.
He didn't jump for that fucking.
I'd just like to point out all of those highlights, the hazy, all against the
Yeah.
Mavs. Yeah, or like it's 3 o'clock in the morning watching this.
Yeah. Here's the question for you though. So very, very young team. Generational talent. Does he need another piece? Do you, as the coach of that squad, do you keep a team together or do you build around? Or do you keep a team together and build around him, or do you go find him the right pieces? What do you two do as coach?
they've already found the right pieces. They've already
100%.
found them. Some of them are just young. So
Yeah.
so you've got Fox. You brought in the older dude who's meant to be clutch, right? Fantastic. They'll play well together over time, right?
Yes.
Castle was rookie of the year last year, right? And he's
Yes.
only getting better. Dylan Harper was the
Yes.
number 2 pick this year behind Flag. He's already quiet.
Fuck it. Fuck it. And it's got the style.
My goodness, you got Vassell, right? These guys, they've got Sohan who they played in different. They prepared him for this moment to be the Boris Diaw of the future,
Yeah.
basically, right? They've got all the right pieces. Maybe they could get an additional bruiser to handle a Jokic or like just get some meat. But like you're talking on the fringe stuff now. Your core is there.
And I mean,
Don't
they
rush
got
them.
they got an excellent Spurs glue guy in Barnes, man. Yes,
Oof,
that
yes,
he's such a vet.
yes, yes.
Perfect.
A
And
smaller
Barnes-
version of Robert Horry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And when you watch Barnes, he makes such key shots always,
Yeah.
every game, like a vet shot. The
Yeah.
shot that just needs to settle everything. He's not gonna score 25. He's not gonna score 25, but he's gonna give you 5 3-pointers in 3 possessions.
But I mean, but just think about his career, right? He came in as the Jonathan Kuminga of the Warriors back then. They came in from
Yeah.
Michigan, was just as athletic dude that didn't really know, and then he learned everything at the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he won the chips there, became a champion, understood all of the things. Now you have him back in the Spurs system.
Sure.
So it's exactly like you said, the perfect glue guy. There you done us,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Can
Spurs
they
are
win it
going to
this
be
year?
good in the next 2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So not this year, maybe not even next year.
Next year they'll make a run for it. I reckon they'll make a run for top 4,
Mm.
as in conference semifinals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last thoughts, fellas, and then we'll wrap up.
But wait, how did Wemby go from fucking a straw in the wind to the Hulk?
Body Owens,
skinny Hulk
Shaolin monks.
Shaolin monks. They stretched him.
Imagine he continues that growth off. That's gonna be a monster.
Then it'll be even less
That's
fun.
gonna be.
Yeah. And he does feel like we had Zion, who was talked about as next. We've had a couple of Owens, but Wemby is it, hey? He is it. As next.
Too soon to say.
Really? You think it's too soon?
Too soon to say. Yeah.
Listen, maybe, and yeah, let's all touch wood here. There isn't a great track record for long careers of dudes over 7'3", right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, somebody's got to do it first.
yeah, maybe here's a question:
Somebody's gotta play 15 years first.
if you wanted to play for the next 5 years, right? Who would you pick? Right? Would you pick SJ? Would you pick Luka? Would you pick Jokic? And would you pick Wemby? And even if you have to think about it for 3-4 seconds, it means it's not an obvious immediate pick. You know, none of them would be bad picks. In other words, but there's no one that is.
100% is 100% one obvious pick.
Who?
Luka.
I mean, I didn't want to be the
Maybe
one
not
that
for
said
Nick.
it, right?
Maybe not for Nico. Maybe not for Nico,
yeah.
but for everybody else.
Would you?
But it's funny because I had that conversation with Tanner, my son now yesterday. He was like, "Wemby's the face," right? And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. Like it would be Luka now. Luka's in LA, right? He's playing out of his skull.
Yep.
He's okay. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to talk about this guy anymore. It's making me sad.
Fuck Luka, man. Fuck Luka.
Nico and Kid
Yeah.
and Dupont, whatever his name is. You know what? 2 minutes, 2 cutters, we done.
Boys, we did it. We got our first episode done. And every single Monday, we are going to record at 9 o'clock.
And it's not even playoffs yet.
And the games are legitimately competitive.
Fire.
Legit. Yeah.
Fire.
Shot,
So who are you
boys.
gonna watch this week? Let's go around. Who are you gonna watch this week?
The Mavs.
I mean, come on, Shane. We know you and your.
For me,
Well, I'm gonna watch whoever's in my fantasy team. That's the bottom line.
yeah, no. For me, my team I'm actually picking as my dark horse for the West is the Timberwolves. I like the way they play. They
But
play.
I want to talk about that. They play tough,
I know.
and I expected Edward to come out better than he was last season, and it seems like he's taken a step back. Huh? I don't know. It doesn't look like he's stepped into what everybody wanted him to step into, and it's a funny thing. I don't know.
I agree. I agree.
I'm very
Yeah.
disappointed in the Timberwolves, and I'm very disappointed in
They were
how.
my team. They were my team for the season that I said I'm gonna watch a lot of their games. I want to
Yeah,
see. And it's been so underwhelming. I don't know if that's the right word. But like I don't
that
I
is
don't
the
get
right
the
word.
fire. I don't get the fire. And it
On the
feels
on the on the flip
lethargic.
on the flip side, all the other teams have started. Well, a lot of other teams have started hot, and maybe they just started normal. So
Mm. The experience,
maybe
man.
it's a
They
bit too
vets.
soon
They'll
to
be
see.
they'll be fine.
They'll
A
be
bit too
fine.
soon to
They'll
see.
they'll
Yeah.
be mean in the playoffs.
Okay. I've said my piece.
Peace out, boys. Till next week,
Oh,
Monday. No excuses. Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
Shut
Thank
down.
you. Peace.